we're going to begin with the webinar now. So, good morning, everyone. Today, as SCEW celebrates International Youth Day, I welcome one and all to this webinar. I'm Debanjana Rajak, Psychological Counselor with SCEW, and your host for today. The theme of this year is Green Skills for Youth Towards a Sustainable World. To shed more light on this, we have none other than our very own students of Symbiosis International University from various backgrounds of mental health, management, engineering, and economics. To introduce them, we have with us Nirjari Shetty of BSc Mental Health, Symbiosis Institute of Health Sciences. We have with us Bhavya Roy, Symbiosis School of Economics, Pune. We have with us Kaustav Raikar from Symbiosis Institute of Technology, and we have with us Kaustav Bhadra from SIOM, Nashik. So my first question goes to Nirjari. Nirjari, if you're there.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. So my first question to you is, what are green skills?
Okay, thank you for the question. So today, as we know, our world is embarking on a green transition. We are slowly making a shift towards a more sustainable and environmental friendly society. And this is not just to respond to the global climatic crisis, but also to, achieve and maintain the sustainable developmental goals. So that not just our generation, but also the future upcoming generation doesn't have to compromise when it comes to using up the resources or saving them. So, in order for this to happen, for our world to transition into a more greener and healthier world, we need to be well equipped with our green skills. So, that brings us to the question, what are green skills? Green skills are nothing but the knowledge, the abilities, or the values that individuals hold in order to contribute to a more sustainable and environmental friendly economy. And there are various green skills known to mankind. Few of the which I would like to mention are the knowledge about renewable energy technology, waste management, water management, sustainable agriculture, and many more. And these are incredibly useful, important to all of us. But then, what is the need? Why do we need to transform into a greener and sustainable world, right? So, one of the conditions or disasters that we see almost every year, once in a year, is the climate change unfolding and causing a havoc amongst the societies. So many crops and fields get destroyed. The society, the communities and the towns, they just get swept away by waters and the floods. So we can't just sit idle and do nothing while all of this happens, right? So in order for that to not happen and to slow it down and get it under control, it's imperative for us to shift into a more sustainable and greener environment. And as far as the climate crisis are concerned, if we do so, we can definitely slow it down and most importantly, reverse it.
Thank you, Nirjari, for sharing that answer. It was full of insight. Now, my next question goes to Kaustav Raikar from SIT. Kaustav, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So my question to you, Kaustav, is what's green technology and how can it be created?
Thank you for the question, ma'am. Green technology is also known as sustainable technology or clean technology. It refers to innovations and practices that aim to mitigate the negative impact of human activities on the environment. It also promotes the efficient use of resources and reduces pollution. It encompasses various sectors and industries for energy production and transportation to waste management and construction. Some examples of green technologies might include solar panels and wind turbines that generate clean energy, electric vehicles that promote zero emissions, and energy efficient appliances that regulate the energy consumption. Now we move forward to the next one, which is how can green technology be created? Green technology is created by engineers, scientists, and other innovators who are passionate about finding new ways to protect our planet. These individuals use their skills and knowledge to develop new technologies that are more sustainable and less harmful to the environment. There are many ways to get involved in creating green technology. If you are interested in engineering or science, you can pursue a career in this field. and work to develop new technologies. You can also support green technology companies by investing in their products or services. You can make small changes in your own daily life to reduce your environmental impact, such as driving less or carpooling, recycling more, and using energy efficient appliances. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaustav. That was a very insightful approach on technology. Now, my next question goes to Kaustav from SCIOM. So, Kaustav, how can operations or management contribute to green skills and a sustainable world?
Thank you for the question. So, as we navigate through the challenges of the 21st century, the need for environmentally conscious practices has become apparent than ever before. Operation management serves as a powerful catalyst in driving positive challenges and fostering a greener and more sustainable future. Firstly, operation management enables efficient resource management. By optimizing the use of energy, water, and materials, organizations can significantly reduce the waste and their environmental impact. This approach not only benefits the planet, but also brings cost saving, making it a win-win situation for both the business as well as the environment. Secondly, green procurement is essential aspect of the operation management. By prioritizing suppliers with eco-friendly practices and sustainable sourcing, organization can extend their commitment to green principles throughout the supply chain. This not only influences the suppliers to adopt greener approaches, but also encourages the development of green skills across various industries. Moreover, waste reduction is a key area where operation management can make a substantial impact. Throughout the waste reduction strategies and recycling initiatives, organizations cultivate a workforce that is more environmentally conscious and committed to sustainable practices. Green skills development becomes an integral part of employee training as they learn to minimize waste and make environmentally responsible decisions. In addition to waste reduction, environmental training is crucial in fostering green skills among the employees. By providing comprehensive training on eco-friendly practices and sustainable methods, organizations empower their workforce to become champions of sustainability. As these green skills become ingrained in the daily aspects of the operations, they create a culture that is environmentally responsible and that extends beyond the workforce, beyond the workplace. Furthermore, operation management can contribute to reducing the carbon footprint of the organization. By implementing energy efficient process and transportation practices, the businesses can actively work towards lowering their carbon emission. This not only aligns with the global effort to combat climate change, but also demonstrates organizations' commitment to sustainable practices. Lastly, conducting a life cycle assessment of products and services is a powerful tool offered by the operation management. Such assessment allows the organization to identify opportunities for improving sustainability throughout the product life cycle. The holistic approach fosters a development of green skills by encouraging innovation and environmentally responsible decision making. In conclusion, operation management is not just about optimizing the efficiency and profitability. It is also about fostering sustainable future and nurturing green skills within the workforce. By emphasizing efficient resource management, green procurement, waste reduction, environmental training, carbon footprint reduction, and cycle assessments, organization can pave way for a greener, more sustainable world.
Thank you, Kaustav. That was very detailed and you took a great take on the management front. So thank you for sharing this very insightful answer. My next question goes to Bhavya. So Bhavya, since you're from economics, what's the role of economy to create a resource efficient society? Could you throw some light on that?
Of course. Thank you for the question. The economy has a vital and diverse role in fostering a society that is resource efficient. While still promoting economic progress and human welfare, a resource efficient society tries to maximize the natural resources, limit waste, and lessen its negative effects on the environment. The economy is essential attaining this goal in a number of ways. First, aligning initiatives. Economic tools like pricing, taxing, and subsidies can be used to encourage resource wise actions. People and businesses are encouraged to adopt more sustainable practices. Second, as Costa already mentioned, innovation and technology. The creation of technologies that enable resource efficiency is fueled by the economy. Research and development initiatives result in new goods, methods, and technologies that are more resource efficient. Third, market forces. By reacting to signals of supply and demand, a healthy market can affect resource efficient actions. Businesses are under pressure to change their procedures in order to stay competitive as consumer preferences shift towards a more sustainable products and services. Fourth, a circular economy. A circular economy is one which resources are kept in use for as long as possible by adopting techniques like recycling, reusing, and refurbishing. This transition from linear take, make, dispose paradigm to a circular economy can be facilitated by the economy itself. This lessens the requirement for ongoing raw material extraction. And a classic example for this would be Danish deposit and return system for recycling drink cans and bottles. Fifth, investment and financing. Economic policies that improve resource efficiency can be supported by the distribution of financial resources. Positive change can be sparked through investments in environmentally friendly firms, green technologies, and sustainable infrastructure. For example, windmills and solar panels. Long-term economic stability. Resource-efficient economies can help to promote long-term economic stability by lowering resource depletion and environmental harm and mitigating the risks associated with resource shortages and ecological deterioration. Then, finally, we have worldwide cooperation. To handle problems with resource efficiency on a worldwide scale, the economy can promote international cooperation and accords. Resource management on a global scale may become more effective as a result of trade policy, technological sharing, and cooperative initiatives. In essence, the economy is a potent tool for guiding society decisions toward resource efficient practices and influencing human behavior. Thus, it is necessary that we all together, local communities and countries together, strike a balance between economic growth and environmental sustainability. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhavya. It was indeed a very detailed answer, and it throws a lot of light on how economy plays a huge role in creating a sustainable society. So thanks once again. Now my next question goes to Nirjari. Yes. How can the emotional well-being aspects develop and support values, attitudes, and abilities towards the sustainable society? Since you're from BSc Mental Health background, would you throw some light on that?
Well, I would like to answer this question simply by first explaining what emotional well-being means. So, in very simple terms, emotional well-being is feeling good about your emotion. It's the way you handle stress and maintain positive relationships, not just with the people around you, but most importantly with yourself as well. So, having a good mental state, finding a balance in life, that's all emotional well-being means. But then how is having a good mental state is going to result in a more sustainable and environmental friendly society, as you may ask? Well, there is indeed a direct connection, and here are the few ways in which it happens. One is resilient in challenges. So as we know, mental health, it fosters resilience. So people who are mentally resilient sort of navigate problems and find solutions without losing hope. So since we are living in an upcoming sustainable society, we need to be mentally resilient because we face with challenges almost every day. For example, climate crisis, right? So in such situations, if you're resilient, both mentally and physically, then we tend to stay united with the communities, do not give up, and we come up with innovative solutions. Second point being reduced consumerism. Like, I know as humans we have a tendency to strive for more, but if we practice good self care, and if we focus on our mental health more and have a positive mental state. I think being content is one of its characteristics and features. It's like one of its benefits. So if we have a positive mental state, we tend to it's very less likely that we will get into materialism. And I think that will, that aligns with our sustainable practices of reducing and minimizing overconsumption. The third point being empathy and collaboration. So as we practice more mental health activities, I think that will help us become more empathetic. And being empathetic, I think we can help one another and collaborate and preserve and save our environment. Fourth, being informed decision making. So, a positive mental state enhances our cognitive abilities, which in turn will help us make proper and more accurate decisions. And then, mind and environment connection. Now, being a student of BSc in mental health or being a general psychology student, I think we are constantly being told how our mind is, connected to our body and how our body is connected to our mind. It goes both ways. And, if you're not doing well mentally, it's going to manifest physically and vice versa. So similarly, there's a connection between the mind and the environment. Just like right now, even personally, if I'm not doing well, if I'm too stressed, my go-to will be, just to take a stroll outside my society. Even now, while I'm attending this seminar, I've placed my device right in front of the window because that's how comforting I find the nature. So in a way, if people will want to work on their mental health, they will most likely engage in outdoor activities and form that deeper connection with the nature, and that will make them motivate them to preserve it, protect it more. And then long term vision, people with a positive mind state are more likely to have are more likely to work on their long term benefits and not just on their short term gains. So in the end, I would like to conclude by saying that having a good and cultivates a mindset and that lines with the core principles of sustainability, like I spoke about resilience, long term thinking, empathy, collaboration. So for in order that happen, we need to be emotionally well so that we can together create a more healthy and greener environment for not just the today's generation but also for the upcoming generation. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirjari. It was a very interesting take on the connectivity between emotional well-being and green skills, furthermore leading to a sustainable society. So I appreciate how you have come forward with these very interesting and thoughtful points. So thanks again for sharing. My next question goes to Kaustubh from SIT. So Kaustubh, how can all the disciplines come together, to reach the goal of International Youth Day 2023?
Thank you for the question, ma'am. The goal of International Youth Day 2023, which is to empower young people to take actions for a sustainable future, can be achieved through interdisciplinary collaboration and engagement. And here is how different disciplines can come together to make this goal a reality. First, engineering and technology. Engineers can simply develop innovative solutions for sustainable energy production, efficient transportation systems, waste reduction, and eco-friendly infrastructure. Collaboration with technology experts can lead to the creation of smart and energy efficient cities. Sustainable agriculture can also be a part of this. Second, science and research. Scientists from various fields such as environmental science, climate science, biodiversity studies can provide crucial data and insights into the current state of the environment and the potential impacts of human activities on the earth. Their research can guide decision making and policy formulation for a more sustainable environment. Third, art and communication. Artists and communication specialists play a key important role in raising awareness about environmental issues. Through art, photography, films, and other creative mediums, they can convey the urgency of sustainable practices and inspire action amongst youth. Fourth is policy and advocacy. Political scientists, experts, and activists can collaborate to advocate for sustainable policies at local, national, and even the international levels. Their efforts can influence regulations, funding allocations, and incentives that encourage environmentally friendly practices. Fifth is business and economics. Sustainable business practices and circular economic models can be developed through collaboration between business experts and economists. This can lead to the creation of green jobs through ethical supply chains and economic systems that can prioritize both prosperity and environment well-being. Here are a few examples of different disciplines can come together. First is artists can use the creativity to raise awareness. Engineers can work with scientists, and activists work on public green health. Also, one point which I would like to mention is that even businesses can invest in green technology and develop products and services. A few examples, if we look at from India, is Adani Green Energy. Adani Green Energy is a major renewable resource company in India. They are involved in the generation of solar and wind energy, contributing to the country's efforts in reducing carbon emissions, which is a very good thing. Then we have Hero Electric. Hero Electric is a leading electrical two-wheeler manufacturer in India. They produce electrical scooters that are eco-friendly alternatives to the ones existing to traditional petroleum powered vehicles. And finally, we have Infosys. Infosys is a IT company which has taken steps to enhance its sustainable practice. They have invented in energy efficient infrastructures and implemented various green initiatives to across their campus. I believe that we have the power, we can use green technology to solve some of the biggest issues facing our planet today. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaustubh. It was very detailed, and we got to learn a lot from your points, because indeed you've taken a very interesting take on technology and how we can create green technology. Plus, you've like your points also share a direction on how we can incorporate these practices. So thanks a lot for sharing your answer. It was nice to hear this answer from you. My next question goes to Kaustubh from SIOM. So Kaustubh, what's the role of youth here, and how do their representation contribute to the theme of this year?
Thank you for the question. So the youth hold a powerful, the youth hold the power to drive change, and their involvement is crucial in shaping a sustainable and prosperous future for all. International Youth Day recognizes the potential and creativity and determination of young people worldwide. It creates a capacity to inspire and initiate positive transformation across various domains. This year's theme, Green Skills Youth, emphasizes the vital connection between the youth and the environment. Let us delve into the profound ways in which the youth representation contributes to the goal of this theme. Firstly, the youth brings fresh perspective and innovative ideas to the table. Their enthusiasm and creativity are catalysts for devising sustainable solutions to the pressing environmental challenges. By fostering a platform for their ideas, we not only empower them, but also tap into the potential of creating a greener economies and societies. Secondly, the youth are torchbearers of awareness and advocacy. Through their voices, they bring attention to environmental issues, rallying the communities and governments alike to take action. Their representation in International Youth Day amplifies their voice, reinforcing the urgency of adopting green skills and practices in all aspects of their lives. Moreover, youth activities participation helps build the bridge between the generations. Their eagerness to learn and share green skills create a collaborative environment where the knowledge and the experiences are exchanged. This intergenerational dialogue paves the ways for a holistic and effective solutions, fostering a spirit of unity towards the sustainable development. Furthermore, the youth's representation ensures continuity of the sustainable practices. By equipping them with the green skills, we empower them to become steward of environment. Their ability to integrate these skills into their personal and professional lives ensure the longevity of our effort towards a greener planet. Additionally, the youth's involvement has a profound impact on the policy making. Their representation encourages governments and institutions to prioritize environmental education and development of green skills. Their voices demand policy changes that support sustainable practices and inspire economic growth without compromising on the planet's well-being. In conclusion, the role of youth on the International Youth Day is indispensable within the context of the Green Skills for Youth theme. Their representation brings in innovation, advocacy, collaboration, continuity, and policy influence to the forefront. By embracing their ideas, voices, and aspirations, we not only empower them, but also ensure that the planet's future is in capable hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaustav. Very good take on the role of youth in the larger picture, and very rightly said that it's important that the green transition is in the right hands, and it is in the right hands. So thank you for sharing your answer. Now my question goes to Bhavya. Um, Other than knowing the role of youth here from Kaustav, what are some of the strategies the youth of today can adhere to in order to reach a greener transition? Could you throw some light on that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the question. So as Costa mentioned, that today's youth are instrumental in accelerating the green transition and advancing sustainability. So I would like to present some tactics people can use to make a start towards a future that is more environmentally friendly. First, we can raise awareness and advocate, use social media, neighborhood gatherings, and other venues to spread the word about environmental problems and promote sustainable behaviors and laws. Second, educate and empower. Gain knowledge about environmental problems, remedies, and science underlying them, which will enable us to make wise decisions and to enable others to do the same. Reduce consumption. Use conscious consumption to limit waste and pick items that have fewer negative effects on environment. Choose reusable items, limit use of single-use plastics, and assist businesses who place a high priority on sustainability. Fourth, sustainable mobility. To reduce carbon emissions from personal travel, choose environmentally friendly transportations methods like biking, walking, carpooling, or using the bus. Fifth, reduce meat consumption. We should at least try to switch to a vegetarian or vegan diet or just consume less meat overall, as livestock farming is a major source of greenhouse gas emissions and deforestation. Six, practice sustainable fashion. We should try to opt for clothes and accessories made ethically. To lessen the effects of rapid fashion on the environment, think about doing some second-hand shopping or garment trading. For example, Superdry, you must have heard, is a company which sells organic cotton shirts. Seventh, invest in green technologies. To help create novel solutions, pursue training in sectors like green technology, sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, and environmental science. Eighth, encourage others. Set an example for your friends, family, and neighborhood by adopting sustainable habits and supporting constructive change. When amplified, individual actions can significantly affect society as a whole. The youth of today may help create a greener and more sustainable future for everyone by adopting these strategies and practicing sustainable behaviors. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavya, for sharing these strategies. I'm sure the viewers have been able to learn a lot through your answers. And before I move ahead, I believe that we at Symbiosis, we also have been going on the right direction towards culturing the biodiversity that we have. And we also right now have with us Dr. Rahul Bagle. He's the deputy head and psychiatrist with SCEW. So Dr. Rahul, would you like to say a few words to the students and to the viewers?
Hello. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Debanjana, for taking this initiative, and we're really thankful for the panelists from the youth itself that we consider our own students from Symbiosis University, Kaustub, then Bhavya, Nijari, and I think there are two Kaustub, right? Kaustub Badra and Kaustub Raikar. So thank you and welcome for joining this thing for this webinar. So the goal behind this webinar was we wanted youth only to speak about the sustainable goal because you are the role models for this university, we suppose. And looking at the theme for this year, the green skills for sustainable developments, and we thought there is a need to locate this kind of a thoughts in within Symbiosis students and also other students who are watching this on YouTube or other platforms because these are the things which are maybe we are not considering or we are just taking into keeping into granted things, so we don't perhaps know that how much resources are going to be scarce in future, how the future generations are likely to face some kind of a situation. Looking at the current environmental thing in Pune or our area also, if we see there are much climate changes happening, how the consumerism is affecting the kind of a world overall. So this is a good opportunity and thank you all for joining the philosophy we believe into Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family will be definitely empowered with your vision and your opinions here. They do matter. And I hope that the students will be able to grasp something very crucial in their future things. It could be interdisciplinary also, as one of your panelists said that we want something coming out of your minds that will be shaping our world in future, which will be more sustainable, more encompassing, and more compassionate also. So bringing into account the values, bringing into account the various strategies, the operational management, the financial things that will definitely help all of us to drive through this future. What we are seeing sometimes, you must be reading some kind of a news that after 2030 this is going to be difficult, 2035 this is going to be difficult. So these are all future trajectories what scientists have found out based on the current moment what is happening, and they are likely to be true also. The reason some of the scientists are looking for uh, habitat in other kind of planets like Mars or Moon something. So the reason is they have noticed that it is not going to be sustained for longer duration and they have to find out something else outside. But we can also come back to the current state and we can try to save our Mother Earth and our own people here so that we can make something which will still make us feel into that sustainable community or ecosystem. And that's really an appreciable effort from all of you guys. Over to you, Debanjana, if anything is more to be discussed. And one more suggestion I would like to share with you, team, overall joining panelists, that if there is something on day-to-day basis, like some of you share that reducing the plastic consumption on daily basis, because that adds on a burden on the Mother Earth. If you have seen some of the images, how much plastic is been accumulated in some kind of a dump holes or somewhere, that it is not getting decomposed. So that is a major step that we can take if we can avoid as much as possible the plastic consumption. What are the simple things that we can keep in mind when we are looking for a sustainable world? Because see, not all the people will be involved into making a big goals or big kind of a moves on making it sustainable. Our small act on a personal level may be bringing us closer to a sustainable world that we desire for. So if any such thing like managing the electronic waste, many of us have a lot of mobiles and a lot of electronic waste. We don't know where to put it. We might just go throwing it away. Sometimes we get some kind of a news that this is someone who is going to collect the electronic garbage and they are going to dispose it safely. So such things we would like you to share that are there any NGOs or non-profit organizations? Are there any such possibilities of future employment or anything coming out of you also, guys? Like you take initiative and form it within Symbiosis that we are looking for this Symbiosis International University as a sustainable community. And we are looking forward and we are coming together for this thing for our own community because it is also itself a large community. We don't need someone external person to come in to save our community. Let us start an initiative from our own self. If there is something, this initiative, all of the Symbiosis students or any of the groups, any of the committees would like to take initiative, that would be also a good motivating factor for all of us. We are happy to join hands together for that. Now, coming back to our own field, the mental health. So providing psychological first aid is, we consider that it is a green skill, because many times people know that what they can do at the time of physical injuries or something, they can provide some first aid on the basis of iodine or something. But we find that people are not used to provide psychological first aid, and making a person calm down that phase and providing them the proper kind of empathy and making them come out of that distressful situation on that temporary basis so that they can thrive well. That is something from mental health perspective. So that is also what we want, that all Symbiosis University students and even all stakeholders, including staff and faculty, would like to be uh, trained in psychological first aid, so that whenever there are some kind of adverse situations, we are able to support each other in that crisis-like situations. Yeah. Anything you would like to add, Bhavya, Kaustubh, or Kaustubh Badra, or Kaustubh Raikar? Yeah, please feel free to share your views. Thank you.
I would just like to say that thank you for this opportunity that we got to, speak as panelists here. And I personally got to learn more about Youth Day. Like I didn't know about, I knew there is a Youth Day, but I didn't know what is it about and everything. So it, at a personal level, I got to know what is it. And I think um, green skills for everyone today is really important for a good and sustainable future for all of us. Not only us as youth, but our future generations also. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhavya, for sharing, your views on this organization of a webinar for the International Youth Day. Nirjari, would you like to add something?
Yes, once again, thank you so much. I'm extremely grateful to be here and listen to everybody else. I think all of us here are extremely, wise and have a lot of knowledge. If, like when I was doing the research about green skills and the yeah, I'm just very grateful and thankful to be here. And I think youth being one of the most influential voices of our generation, I think we can have a great impact on the society and the world in general. So thank you.
Thank you, Nirjari. Kaustubh, would you like to add something? Kaustubh from SIT.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, really thank you for this opportunity. And yes, we learned a lot. I put forward my views, and I also heard what other panelists are speaking. So it was information for me as well. And reading all of this, I can implement small changes in my life, and I'm sure everyone else can as well. So that is a step forward for us in being efficient in green technology. So that's a really good thing. Thank you once again for this opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, Kaustubh. Yeah, over to you, Kaustubh from Taiwan. Would you like to share your views?
Yeah, as we know before, earlier we were continuously using resources, and now we are able to see the impact of all the decisions we have taken before. But now we are moving more towards sustainable development goals. That's why each and every companies now they are enforcing many of these sustainable development goals. So I think this was a great platform for me to spread awareness to the young people about the new initiatives which are being launched by many of the companies, and making people more aware about the green skills, the concept which I got to know also recently. So yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot for providing me the opportunity.
Thank you, Kaustubh, for your valuable insight. The forum is now open for questions. So if anyone has any question, please share with us. Our speakers would love to answer that. Okay, so I believe we don't have any questions as yet. So before we conclude this webinar, I would like to thank each one of you for coming forward and for sharing your very insightful, valuable, information that you all have worked really hard for to understand and to put it forward. I also thank our Deputy Head and Psychiatrist, Dr. Rahul, for joining us today and sharing your point of view, which is very important again, that taking initiative is a very important role each one of us can play um, on an individual level. So I hope this webinar has enabled all of us to take the right direction. And like Dr. Rahul very rightly said, we at Symbiosis incorporate green transition, and we ourselves have a lot of biodiversity that we culture. So I hope that all of us can come together and take this transition forward, and we can also pave the way for the generations to come. So thank you one and all for joining. Thank you for your time. I think we can conclude the webinar if no one has any questions.
Yes, Debandana, thank you so much. And I would request all of the panelists to stay connected and do keep on having the brainstorming sessions in your personal space also. Do you involve other of your friends also? Because we don't know what will come out of as a startup or something which will take a step closer to green environment or sustainable environment. So please stay connected and please think of, let us make a pledge that every time we choose something, let's keep our bio environment into the first thing, that are we choosing something which is making us help to achieve towards a safer environment or safer or green environment, or is it making us closer to something which is going to be adverse thing for this ecosystem? So that is something we can keep in mind all the time we are choosing something for our own self or others. And thank you so much, and have a good Saturday, have a good weekend, I would say, for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you to the SIU IT team as well
Yes.
for supporting us through this webinar. And thank you for the viewers for joining. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.